All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we got our fourth match of the day today, Flawless versus Chosen. And after this one, we're going to be moving on to semifinals, so that's going to be pretty exciting. Whoever wins this one will go up against Bubbles. Pretty easy matchup. But hey, anything can happen. Now, as you can see here, Flawless does have some pretty good achievements. He is the champion of the New Zealand 2v2 tournament back in, I believe, 2022. Whereas Chosen does have two top finishes in the global tournament. Right, he's got 290, and he also has an undeserved 2v2 ladder badge, which is, I believe, at 173. So coming into this match, Flawless does like to play a lot of off-meta. Some of his favorite cards are Inferno Dragon, Archers, Mega Knight, Earthquake, whereas Chosen likes to play a lot of cycle cards. And cycle win conditions, really. Minor Wall Breakers, Hog Rider. It's going to be interesting to see what these two people pick with these deck pools that the Mega-Draft gives out. Here we go. Flawless at the bottom, Chosen pick at the top. And immediately, looks like the win conditions are pretty fast cycle here. You know, no balloon. There are a couple of giants, but there's mainly Miner, Goblin Drill, there's the Bush, Mortar, and Chosen immediately goes for the delivery. Very interesting. And Flawless gets that champion out of the way, picking the Monk. Maybe trying to counter some of these projectile cards like the Dark Goblin, Firecracker, knowing that delivery isn't available for him. Also goes for the Log. And Chosen, you're going to go with the Prince. Very interesting because, you know, delivery doesn't reach on the other side, so he's going to have to find another way to get rid of these potential swarms that Flawless is going to pick. He might go for Rage or EQ. And yeah, Flawless going for the E-Spirit and Fisherman to counter that Prince. It's a good, efficient, cheap way to stop that charge. There isn't RG here, though, so Flawless might go for a Goblin Giant or a Giant. And there we go. Like I predicted, Chosen goes for the Miner because he likes fast cycle win conditions. We might see Wall Breakers at the end there. And Flawless taking away that EQ so he can play his Tombstone. And now Chosen doesn't have anything for that Tombstone right now. He needs to get Prince on tower, and there we go, Wall Breakers. But back to this Prince. I don't think he has any way of clearing up the Tombstone skeletons. He needs to pick like a Rage or Goblin Curse maybe. And goes for the Lightning. Maybe trying to predict that Flawless is gonna, or maybe trying to prevent Flawless from picking like a cannon card. Yeah, there's not much to Lightning here. So still no win condition out of Flawless. He's gonna pick that last depending on what Chosen picks here. And does go for the Inferno Tower, so now he can't really play a Giant. He might go for the tough one. Maybe Skeleton Barrel, although it's kind of weak. It's pretty risky. He goes for the Drill. Okay, that's a pretty good one because although Chosen does have the Bomber, nothing else really counters the Drill. Unless delivery placed perfectly. Okay, so predicts the Drill in the front with the Prince. And we're probably going to see a Tombstone here. Nope, Tombstone not in cycle, so goes and goes Fisherman. Both players even here. And seeing that log is out of cycle, immediately goes wall breakers. Miner to the back does not get picked up by the monk. Did he just predict it? I think Falls just predicted the firecracker. Bomber there plays perfect. No, is not placed perfectly. That drill actually got a shot off. But now a little bit low on elixir is Flawless. And he's gonna have to defend with this. Tombstone up high, but that's a little bit too high. Now the skeletons are gone. Oh my god, he's got nothing for the Prince. Prince charged on tower, and that's gonna be tower down. Great recognition from Chosen, knowing that Flawless was out of elixir there. And yeah, the Tombstone was just placed a little bit high. Bomber got rid of it quickly, especially with that Firecracker in addition, taking out that those skeletons. And Prince, that charge is devastating. And now, since Flawless doesn't have a big, heavy win condition here, I don't see him coming back from this. Although that lightning wasn't the best. But Drill as a defensive, I mean not defensive, but Drill as just like a comeback win condition is pretty weak. $30 remain, and he activates King Tower, so now that Drill's going to be even more useless. Inferno Dragon to pull back, predicts the Monk ability there. And now that Monk ability is out of cycle, Prince also dashes on tower. Falls can't handle both sides, he has to pick one. This is going to be game number 1 going to Chosen here. Now both players here taking a little minute to reset, and Falls probably wants to think of a counter to those fast cycle win conditions like minor wall breakers. Maybe going to pick better spells at the start, like he did have pretty good spells though. He had log and earthquake, but it was really that firecracker and bomber. No small spell to take that out quick enough. And here we go, hopping into game number 2. Chosen 1 away from making it to semifinals. This time, Chosen going with the log. And False in response with the poison. And False has actually taken away the only good big spell here. Chosen can only pick Void, Snowball, or Freeze, which isn't ideal, but of course can work. And there we go. Flawless, one of Flawless's favorite cards, the Mega Knight. Chosen picking the Golden Knight. So he's got a pretty decent tank. I think Chosen wanted to play Minor Poison, but of course Flawless taking that poison limits his options a little bit. And it goes P.E.K.K.A. He wants to counter this Mega Knight as much as possible here. Flawless might have to go like a Dark Prince, Ewiz, something that can just delay that P.E.K.K.A. a little more, like with a stun or with the shield. But I'll just go a little Prince, seeing that Chosen really doesn't have a spell to take that off the board. And there we go, he does pick the Dark Prince. Flawless might go for a Royal Hogs plus the Mega Knight. Or he might go Drill again, but Chosen does have a lot of good Drill counters, so I don't think that'll be it. Interesting. Chosen goes for his third tank of the match here. Mini P.E.K.K.A, Golden Knight, and P.E.K.K.A. I'm not so sure about that. And Flawless goes for a secondary spell here, this with the Snowball. So most likely gonna go with he might go Balloon actually. Minor Balloon Mega Knight is gonna work pretty nicely here. Or he might go defensive, just play defensively, and minor poison Chosen out. Because so far Chosen doesn't have a win condition. Chosen picking finally his first air counter, the E-Wiz. Maybe potentially guessing that Flawless might go for Balloon. And Goblin Drill is going to be his win condition. So yeah, that's a pretty good win condition here, because looking at Flawless's cards, the Dark Prince is really the only answer. Oh, there you go, the Goblins also work. So Chosen's probably going to play his Drill to the front every time and log to predict the Goblins, because if he plays in the back or in the side, Goblins just full counters and you can't really get them off. And goes for the Rascals. Recruits Mega Knight Minor. Flawless doesn't have a win condition. He's just going to try to overwhelm Chosen here. Chosen starts off the match, Goblin Gang in the back, and Little Prince in response for Flawless.
Doing it for the fam.
Goblins to pick up. So now only has a Dark Prince for the Drill if Chosen decides to go. Flawless leaking quite a bit here. Maybe wants to wait for the E-Wiz to cross, but Chosen recognizing that he leaked a bit. Now is up on Elixir. Decides to go all in, but Flawless recognizing, staying calm. He knows I can Dark Prince, Mega Knight on top of this, and I'm gonna be up a couple Elixir. Mini P.E.K.K.A might go down here. No, it's at 1 HP, so Mega Knight will not get a jump, especially with that Rascals there, but does poison them off. So both players pretty equal here. Flawless probably going to let this one Rascal hit go. And Chosen takes the lead by about 600 HP. Goblins split in the back on both sides. Snowball goes on one side and Log on the other. Flawless goes Dark Prince in the back, maybe predicting a Drill. And here we go, Mega Knight in the back. This is going to be really hard to kill the P.E.K.K.A. Especially because that's not going to cross in time. Chosen goes for a Drill and Goblin Gang on the other side, recognizing that Flawless doesn't have logs, so he's going to have to spend a lot of Elixir to counter this opposite lane pressure. Good news is, though, that this P.E.K.K.A is actually going down. And now, Flawless could potentially have a counter push. Decides to play it safe, let the Little Prince walk down, but it's going to be countered by the Golden Knight. Recruits are also going to go down pretty quickly because that Log and E-Wiz stunning everything. Oh, are we going to see a Snowball here? No Snowball. Oh, there it is. Late Snowball. Predicts the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Or doesn't not really predict, but like, guess the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And the big thing here is that Chosen doesn't have a big spell, so if Flawless can play perfect defense, and not throw up a lead just like right now. Oh, that was just a little bit late. And nothing to retarget. This Golden Knight is going on tower. Not enough elixir for P.E.K.K.A here though. He might play it late. But Falls he might go no, he's not gonna go aggressive, he's just gonna let that die. That one Mega Knight on the recruits was a huge overspend, and Chosen recognized that, went immediately Golden Knight drill opposite lane. Or I don't think he went drill. I think he just went Golden Knight. He was either way, it took a lot of damage, and now Falls is struggling to come back here. Mega Knight down on the right spot, but Chosen has 3 tanks. This Mega Knight is never gonna break through. Recruits high. Falls might have to just go opposite lane, but these rascals are so hard to kill. You can see a desperation snowball trying to make some room, but Falls is not going to get this one. 46 seconds remain. Chosen up about 1100 damage. And needs to be careful this Golden Knight. Good minded catch. High recruits here. This is Falls' last chance. 2 Dark Princes down. This could be something. Log is also out of cycle, so goblins are gonna cause a problem here. Mini P.E.K.K.A down, but the poison just doesn't do anything against that Mini P.E.K.K.A. Trying to break something here, doesn't get the goblins. Miner trying to chip away, but with only 15 seconds remaining, this is gonna be over for Falls. Log comes down. Miner has to come down on defense, and that is just not enough time for Falls to make a comeback. GG's, and Chosen will be moving on to the semifinals. So there we go. Falls unfortunately falls down to Chosen, and Chosen will be facing our fan favorite Bubbles in the semifinals.
Bro, that was too easy, bro. Literally the easiest match of my life. Put this in the video. All right. Kiwis are frauds.
What made you, I'm curious, what made you pick 3 tanks?
Because he had P.E.K.K.A?
No, you had P.E.K.K.A.
No, I mean, he had Mega Knight.
So you just wanted to counter that.
Yep.
I thought he was going to pick a secondary win condition like Balloon.
He should have. If he picked Balloon, he would have won. I only had Ewas.
You had Rascals.
Oh yeah, Ewas and Rascals, but
yeah.
No, like Air Spell.
And yeah, I was saying in the commentary, he realistically only has the Dark Prince for the drill. So then when he doesn't have that in cycle, he has to go Mega Knight, and you recognize that, and went Golden Knight opposite lane, got that early damage.
Yep. No. He didn't have Dark Prince in hand,
Yeah.
so I went drill, and then I supported the Ewas with the Golden Knight and the dash because I knew he wouldn't have enough elixir for anything else.
And yeah, the recruits. I mean, I think he just wanted some shield troops to get rid of the
P.E.K.K.A.
mini P.E.K.K.A.
Yeah, but like I had a lot of just ground presence. I had mini P.E.K.K.A, Rascals, Ewit. Like it just they were never gonna break through.
And he just doesn't have enough like bridge spam options, right? You saw the at the end there, he tried to poison the mini P.E.K.K.A, but it didn't really do anything.
It's a mini P.E.K.K.A.
Either way, good win, and you will be facing Bubbles in the semifinals. So good luck on that.
Another free win. Oh, let's go.